So I'm just going to go up to this ridgy line here, so we actually want the thing to be able to close. I'm going to trim off this, like so, and just stick it all down. That's the beauty of this stuff, it's got really good adhesive. So that's how it looks so far. And we'll keep doing this till we've completed the entire thing. You can screw it up lightly or you can screw it up really tightly. The tighter the better, I think. It gives a better effect. So we'll just keep peeling it off. Let's go around. Again, you don't have to be too neat because you can trim it off after. Just trim that off around the bottom. You can use these little bits later if you want, so I'll just stick them down there. You can hardly see the join as well because of the creases, so that's two. I'm not even taking sticker out. A good screw up. Peel. Well, I find my nails. Don't appear to have any. Right, and I'm going this way around, just so it's close to the edge of there, but not quite. Because the last thing you want is something that doesn't open. So, there we go. So we're getting there. So it's like three. I mean, just to prove a point about using the little bits up, I'll use that bit up a different way around. It's still pretty good. You can actually see the joints. So we'll just take another little bit for this bottom bit, give it a quick screw and peel it off, and we've done. That's the first part done. It would be quicker if I had some nails. There we go. So we'll just stick that down all the way around, so you can actually patch it as well. It's not such a big deal. So right, that's totally covered. And then you can do the lid. As you can see, the lid will still fit because we didn't go right to the edge. But we'll do the lid in a second. The next thing is I've got some acrylic paint. Basically, I'm just going to paint all over it. Do the bottom as well if you like. You don't even have to paint a lot. Just go. And a very kind neighbour has just rang up to see if there's anything wrong because my car hasn't moved for a couple of days. In fact, my daughter's gone on holiday with school, so I don't have to move the car. But she very kindly just rang up to see if everything was okay, so I'm going to give her this when I've finished it. So then once you've painted it all, you just lightly rub off. So basically you're leaving behind the black in the creases. Can be as rough again or as gentle, depends on how dark you want it. If you want it really dark, so I'm just going to dry this off slightly, a little bit longer, just to buff it up. There we go. I don't think you really even need to do that process. So all along, there we go. Darker, leave more on if you want it darker, but I think that looks pretty darn good. You could perhaps buff it up a little bit more when you've finished. And once we've got the lid done, got a vintagey looking tin, and which cost me, well, less than £1, and I got crayons with it as well. So I'm just going to buff this up. Do the lid again, using up the little bits. I'm not too fussy about that. Just press it all down. It's really easy to do this. You can have something done in what, a second, minutes. Just trim it off, but not obviously you don't want to go over the edge because it'll just peel your metal off. Right. So make sure it's firmly down, but not over the edges of the lid, because if it is, it'll just peel. So two bits done there. even use that little tiny bit from before, look. Stick it down, firmly down, trim it off. So it hasn't even taken half a metre off this roll to do one item. I'm sure my neighbour, who's a retired lady, will absolutely adore this when it's done. To put a little nails in it or trinkets or whatever she wants to put in it. There we go, all done. Just give it a smooth down to make sure it's properly adhered, and then we'll give it a quick paint. So, done. Oops. An old cloth, give it a quick rub. There we go, it's done. Move that out of the way, put your lid on. What do you think, guys? I think that looks pretty darn good.